Now we'll do Parsvotanasana. And this is a closed hip pose. We'll start facing the short edge of the mat, just standing. And you might want blocks. You can use 1 or 2 blocks, or a stack of books might work okay for this. Bring your hands to your hips and we'll step back to Warrior One. So take a big step back with your left foot and square your hips to the front, bend into that right knee, and then lift up through the left arch. Seal down through the heel of your left foot. And then draw your right leg straight by deepening this hip crease and pulling your right outer hip back. Long, long, long through my torso. And for Parsvotanasana, another name for it is pyramid pose, we'll fold forward. So reach your heart forward and notice, I often have students just touch their sacrum here. This is going to be flat, right? So we're working with a flat back. So your hips are level with each other, okay? Just come this length, this far down with a flat back. You're not locking your knees, and you're pulling your right outer hip back and then your left hip forward to keep this square. Come up, and this time you can grab your blocks. Can either have one block just this way inside your right foot or have blocks on either side of your right foot. Step back to your Warrior One and just a little bit shorter stance here. Straighten your right leg so your right outer hip goes back, your left hip comes forwards. So you've got this flat back. Lead with your heart as you fold, and then you can bring your hands to your blocks. Every inhale, feel like you're reaching your heart forward, long through the crown of your head, so you've got a little bit of a back bend almost here. That helps keep your spine strong and straight. And then you might be able to fold a little bit more. And if you can reach the floor, you can bring your hands to either side of that right foot. This is a big hamstring stretch. Don't lock out your right knee. It's just soft enough that your leg is straight, but you're not locking your knee. Take one more breath. Reach really long through your spine. Your hands on the floor or on blocks. Exhale your hands to your hips. And loop your shoulders up and back to come all the way up to standing. And come to step to the top of your mat. We'll just do that same thing on the other side. So pyramid pose, Parsvotanasana. Take a big step back with your right foot. And your left toes are pointing straight forward. Find your Warrior One. Lift up on your right arch. Really push weight back into that right heel. Your lower belly draws in. Your tailbone goes toward that back heel. And then straighten that left leg. So I'm drawing my left outer hip back. Bring your hands to your lower back, well, to the back of your pelvis. And lead with your heart. So the thing that's coming forward here is my sternum as I fold to a flat back. And just come to a flat back and really feel yourself get long. So I could set, a whole tea service, a tea tray here on the back of my pelvis, and it would be completely balanced. I wouldn't dump anything over. Come back up. And this time you can bring your block. I'll show you with one block. Inside of your left foot. And come back up. Square those hips. Okay? Draw your lower ribs in. And lean forward. Lead with your heart to fold. Get really long. And then you can bring your hands, both hands, to this block, and you can have it at any height that feels friendly for your hamstrings. So you don't want to force your body into a shape it doesn't want to be forced into, right? You make the pose fit your body. So if you need to bring the floor up closer with a block, that's what you do. But you keep lengthening through your spine, drawing the left outer hip back, right hip forward, pushing weight back into that right heel back there. And then you might be able to bend your elbows, fold a little bit more, bring your hands to the floor. Maybe bring your chin toward your shin, forehead to your shin. But here, what we're working for is those square hips and a long spine. This stretch should be stretching the back of that left leg, not your lower back. So if it feels really intense in your lower back, just come up a little bit, straighten that leg, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands to your hips, come all the way up, and step to the top of your mat. That's pyramid pose, Parsvotanasana.